Hello, and welcome to all my beautiful, vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls to today's Pick a Card reading. Today, I wanted to do one I haven't done for a minute, which is going to be messages from your person. So the person that you are connecting to, maybe in separation from, somebody you want to know more about. You got something good going on. This is going to be messages kind of from them, their higher self, what is coming through about this connection at this time, and what they would say if there were no obstructions, whatever those might be. So, as usual, we have 3 options to choose from today. Option 1 is denoted by this clear quartz. Option 2 is the ruby zoisite. And option 3 is the plum blossom tourmaline. So take your time if need be. You can pause the video, contemplate, meditate on the options in front of you. When you have found one that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in the description box below. And with that, I'm going to start with group 1. Hi, group 1. So you guys chose the clear quartz. You could be seeking a lot of clarity, obviously, about this person. I feel you're both seeking clarity about each other. Something might not be fully formed. One person might be a little bit more ready for this than the other, I have to be honest. That could be something that you are picking up on. That could be something that you guys are working through at this time. So I want to kind of look at the major sort of energies going on right now. Kind of that are dominating the connection, then we'll get into messages. So, yeah, 44 with rest deeply. Sorry, by the way, about my nails. A bunch popped off, and I have to redo the other side. But this is when I had some free time to do a reading. So 44 with rest deeply. Repeating 4s might be significant in this connection. Both of you are seeking a sense of stability. We have an orange cat here in case that's significant. Both of you are seeking a sense of stability. I feel both of you are trying to become independent in your own desires, in your own joy, your own peace and fulfillment in your own lives. So you could be disconnected from this person entirely. You could just be taking a break. It could just feel like you guys are on different pages at the moment, and you're kind of wondering where things stand. I feel like both of you intuitively understand the status quo. It feels like whoever's more kind of, I don't want to say developed, but ready for this, understands that the other person may be trying to get ready, but might not be there, or might not be in the same place as them, wanting the same thing, or capable of creating that type of ideal equal partnership that they're looking for. So I do see that coming through. 44 reduces to an 8. So this could be, somebody could be working really deeply on their abundance, on their stability, on connecting more deeply with source energy at this time. And that might be kind of, I don't want to say slowing down the connection, because it feels like everything's happening in perfect divine order, but that might be why you don't see a lot of movement externally right now. So with that, let's get into some messages. I will then clarify all the message cards with further details from the tarot. So I'm going to try to do so you can see me shuffle. I have a really hard time with that, so thanks for bearing with me. So I think about that extra special day we had together as much as you do. I'm not surprised. Our connection was a wake-up call I could not ignore. Believe me, I tried. I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. I always have such a hard time shuffling on camera because it's just a weird angle. Yeah. Shadow work is never easy, but I'm grateful I got to do it with you. The usage of the word got to already makes me think this is somebody you've been connected to and you're either disconnected from, or again, you're like, you've gone through a rough patch in this relationship. What's at the bottom? Yeah. We come from the stars and we have a bond older than time. Yeah, I like all the little stars around too. That's cute. That's cutesy. So let's start here. So before we even pull tarot to clarify, this person, whether you're disconnected from them outright or not, they think about you a lot still. This connection was really important to them because it brought out a lot of shadow work, which if you're familiar with that process is never easy. Never ever. And it's often the people that we love the most deeply that inspire us to want to do the work because it's effort. Um, and it's usually, that's the kind of motivation to want to do the difficult stuff. This connection for your person, if I could pick up the card, was an absolute wake-up call. When I made this deck, this is giving judgment energy. Like, it's a wake-up call. And they're even saying, believe me, I tried to ignore it. I tried to leave it alone. And, I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. This person's higher self is coming through. And I don't even feel this is totally their higher self. I feel like part of them would be able to say this in words, right? And they might not say like, our connection was a wake-up call. This is my, my spiritual awakening. But they might be like, yeah, you know what? I had to grow up. And I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. Or you were right about XYZ and I shouldn't have fought you so much on it. That's kind of the language they might use. It was 555 on the timer as I was saying that. That's why I chuckled, because this connection inspired deep change in their life. I think they are still kind of going through that. I'm getting this energy of the dust settling, so the worst may be over, but they're still kind of processing what's happened. So let's clarify with the tarot for further details. So I think about that extra special day we had together as much as you do. So if there's a day, a memory that you really hold dear with this person, they think about it a lot. I feel like they also feel fondly a lot. I'm not taking all that. Queen of Pentacles, this could be for some, this is when you met their mom. For others, with the devil right behind it, there may have been a sensuous encounter that they really think about, but this also might be where there could have been a moment of weakness for them where you helped them, and that's something, it's this one, that sticks out in their mind quite a lot. The King of Swords, yeah, reversed to the bottom. I feel like it took them by surprise. They didn't know what to do in this situation. They weren't expecting it, or they may not have known how to handle something, and you stepped in with that Queen of Pentacles and really really took on their burdens as your own. You really supported them. That might be very new for them. Yeah, the Sun. And the Ten of Swords reversed. I feel like they were going through something. They could have been sharing this with you. They could have, you could have gone over to help them with something. But it's like you, excuse me, the extra special day that you guys had, excuse me, was when you kind of helped the light break through, right? This is one of the few cards in the tarot that's depicted in darkness. And you kind of help them break through to the other side and be like, you know what, there is a dawn that will rise after this experience. And that might be something they have a hard time believing for themselves. So that was really meaningful to them. That was really special. Excuse me. For some, like I said, you may have met this person's mom, and that was very special for them. That meant a lot to them. You may have met somebody else in their life, a feminine energy in their life that was really significant. For some, you met this person's daughter, and that was like a very, very special moment. But the reason why it was so special to them is because you brought happiness into a very dark moment or very dark corner of their life. And that meant a lot. That was very significant. Not a lot of people are able to break through to them like that. And that's something, I feel like you comforted them. You guys had fun. You may have laughed together. You just broke up the tension really, really well. It could have just even been a moment where they realized like, hey, yeah, this has happened. Bad stuff happens, but it doesn't have to keep happening. It can, it can clear. The dawn can finally break. So I do feel like that was really meaningful to them. I want to pull one more, I guess, actually. It's this one. Yeah, the World, exactly. I got to cover it up a little bit. But this is what I mean. It's like you help them finish this cycle. You help them realize that the past can truly be the past. Temperance reversed to the bottom. They've had a hard time healing from something. They've had a hard time taking that next step, going to a next level. And this was a moment where they could see it. They felt comfortable with that. They felt confident with that. And that's directly because of what you, like, whatever it was that you did, however you helped them experience that moment. Sorry, I'm trying to get the cards straight and like beautiful, and I'm not good at that. But yeah, so that's something that they think about a lot. So our connection was a wake-up call I could not ignore. Believe me, I tried. I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. This is pretty self-explanatory, but let's get more details. Nine of Cups reversed. This person may have been really selfish sometimes. I have to be honest. This person could have, another thing I'm seeing is they could very much struggle to be happy. And that's something that your connection, especially if you're bringing in the sun energy, that's something that made them look at is like, whoa, I don't know how to be happy on my own. Excuse me. I don't remember the last time I was happy. Those are kind of the energies coming through. Yeah, the Empress is reversed at the bottom. It feels like this is somebody who might struggle to love themselves, struggle to respect themselves, and you brought that forth. Again, for some of you, and I'll pull a few more, they were acting in a really selfish capacity and they weren't respecting you. And there's something that made them realize that. There's something that like really like called that to their attention. I can see the cards that I want. Where'd it go? Two of Swords. Oof. And the Seven of Swords. Whoo, okay. The Star is at the bottom, Aquarius energy. So for some, you know, this person realized that you're kind of like a wish come true, especially with the Nine of Cups and the Star, right? And it feels like they were kind of acting in this selfish capacity with the Nine of Cups in reverse. So kind of like seeking fleeting, temporary enjoyment, not prioritizing you. And I feel like this wake-up call was you may have put them on pause, you may have blocked them, you may have given them an ultimatum, but whatever it was that happened, and this feels like this is stagnancy, a lack of decision, a lack of communication, a lack of honesty or honest communication, it forced them to get real about themselves. It forced them to get real about what they want. It forced them to, you know, really look at how they weren't honoring you. It forced them to have to deal with their self-sabotage. I always think it's interesting, this person on the Seven of Swords is sneaking away with the 5 and they leave the 2 left, you know, in the ground, right? So they're leaving, they're taking the conflict with them, they're taking the difficulty with them and leaving things in a state of you know, a state of stagnancy and non-action, right? And this may be what happened. They're acting selfishly, and in doing so, creating chaos and trying to kind of sneak away and leaving you guys in this place of like having to question what's actually going on, having to question how they feel about you. And you may have put the smackdown on that. They may have just had like a moment where they're like, wait, what am I doing? Because the Seven of Swords reverse does indicate that they, you know, they're thinking about it. I actually like this formation better. Sorry, I'm fussing with it a little bit. The Seven of Swords reverse does indicate that they're getting real about it. They're being honest about it. And this may very well have triggered some shadow work with them. So I want to clarify, shadow work is never easy, but I'm grateful I got to do it with you. Yeah, the King of Cups reversed. This person's a very deeply feeling person. This person's capable of great love, but that also means they're capable of great heartache. They are capable of being very, very hurt. They are capable of having their heartbroken Scorpio energy coming through. A lot of fixed sign energy in the spread. They may have realized how much healing they had to do. I actually want this one. Yeah, the Three of Cups in reverse. And I'll actually take this one. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. This person has a situation from their past that was haunting them very clearly. And the Empress is reversed at the bottom. This could have been a divorce. This could have been issues with a co-parent. This could have been somebody they thought they were going to end up with. This even could be like wounds from a mother in childhood. But this person, while they are deeply feeling, deeply loving, at least at the time when you guys initially connected, they were very wounded, and that created a lot of instability and turbulence within themselves, their emotional body. And with the Three of Cups reversed, I do feel like the shadow of this has hung over your whole connection. So even if, you know, they adore you, they love you, whatever level things are at, they see you, they want to honor you. Maybe they haven't always acted respectfully, but they knew the respect you deserved. It feels like because of this situation, it caused them to not really fight for this connection between the two of you, to kind of just throw in the towel on love a little bit. And so these clarifying shadow work is never easy, but I'm grateful I got to do it with you. There is a nod here to the fact that the connection you share with this person, or you have shared with this person, has made them get real about the healing that they need to do, get real about what it takes emotionally to be invested in a connection. They may have kind of been on autopilot with you, like whatever situation between the two of you. And it made them kind of realize, like, I can't do that. And in doing so, having to kind of recognize like their own emotional state. There's a card sticking out as I was talking that got my attention. Yeah, exactly. Temperance in reverse. They realized they needed to heal. They realized how much they needed to heal. And there's one sticking out again. Judgment. There it is. I knew that was going to come out because it was the only way forward. And so this person, I feel, with this rest deeply, is sitting and contemplating a lot of these things at this time. And their higher self, and again, I feel to an extent their current consciousness also would want you to know that. Some of the stuff they would be able to tell you maybe in their own words. some of this, it feels like they would have a hard time speaking. Like, I feel like some of this deep stuff, they might not be able to easily articulate, but they could kind of, you know, point to like, I'm sorry I gave you a hard time. I'm sorry I wasn't as honest as I should have been. I'm sorry I put you in the position to have to give me an ultimatum, stuff like that. That does feel like things that they currently could articulate. Whether they're ready to or not, you know, remains to be seen. But it does feel like that's something that they're contemplating at this time. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I want to thank you for being here. If you're interested in booking a personal with me, the link to do so, which is through my website, is down below. I'm wishing you guys big, beautiful blessings, and I will hopefully see you soon. Take care, my friends. Bye. Hello and welcome, my beautiful, vibrant hearts and ephemeral souls who chose Group 2. So you guys picked the Ruby Zoisite. I know it's hard to see because the sunlight's intermittently streaming through. Sorry about my dog barking. She's highly opinionated. But I really like this because, you know, it's a predominantly green stone, but there's these like flecks of red throughout. Excuse me. And those make me think not only of oppositional colors, but of the root and heart chakra. So there could be a lot of root and heart chakra work that has needed to be done through this connection. One of you could be a lot more 3D based, right? You're very like comfortable in the material practical world. One of you could be a lot more heart centered, very comfortable with the emotional spectrum, very comfortable with spiritual healing is something I'm getting. You guys could be an opposites attract type thing, which can both be magical and what makes it work, but it can also be challenging to negotiate compatibility issues. So those are things that I see coming through. But I'm going to start with your overarching theme, then we'll get into message cards with clarification from the tarot. So you guys have, oh yeah, unleash your passion. 37 reduces to a 10, which reduces to a 1. So one cycle is ending in this connection in order to make room for another one. Again, I feel like there's a spark here. You guys could be opposites attract in some type of way, but you guys work together. You blend together. I'm definitely getting like the heavy yin-yang symbolism here. And like I said, a cycle is ending in order for a new one to begin. It feels like there could be a cycle of heaviness that's being released. You guys could kind of be tapping deeper into passions. You guys could be getting closer with one another intimately. I do see that here. But it just feels like you guys are starting, it's another thing I'm getting, you guys are starting to learn each other better. So there's fewer bumps in the road, or there will be very soon. And it feels like you guys are going to be able to kind of move more fluidly together. You understand each other better. There's a mutual respect for the differences in the way you guys operate. You're seeing yourselves as complementary instead of adversarial. And that's a very big shift, I feel, either in this connection or in general for what you're used to from relationships. So let's pull your message cards and get started. Sorry, I'm like awkwardly shuffling like this. The angle's just weird. So you have, we come from the stars and we have a bond older than time. That was at the bottom of the deck for Group 1. That's really funny. Okay. I wish our time together had lasted longer. And this one. There's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. And at the bottom, my time with you will always be one of the most precious gifts this lifetime offers me. So their time with you has been referenced. Time comes up 3 times, right? 1, 2, and 3. But their time with you is specifically referenced twice. Actually, time is right here too. So time is a huge thing in this timing, massive. But specifically, you know, I wish our time together lasted longer. My time with you will always be the most precious gift this lifetime offers me. This person, their love language could be quality time, but they really value and treasure their time with you. Presence might be a very big deal in the time you spend together, like in particular with this person. So before I even pull tarot, you know, this person feels like there is something spiritual here. They're opening up to that. They're getting on board with that. I feel like they were open to that before, but this feels like confirmation to them more than anything else. For many of you, you're in connection with this person. This doesn't feel like a pile that's dealing with a lot of separation. If you have been separated, it feels like you know very strongly that that's about to come to an end. There's been a big shift in this in the energy of this connection for sure. So this person's recognizing that there's something special here. You could identify as something like a starseed, a light worker, an other world consciousness kind of a deal. But you guys both know at some level, right? And this person may have just kind of tuned into this, but they know there's something more here. They know there's something spiritual. You could have a mission together to complete. They know. They're aware. It feels like that's something that they kind of always held out hope and believed in. Like, I hope soulmates are real. But there's kind of the vibe that like, yep, I got it. Message received. I'm aware. And they feel something very otherworldly and special here. So I wish our time together had lasted longer. I feel like this is mostly about the time you spend together. Like this could be about the last time you guys saw each other, if somebody had to go really quickly. It feels like their thoughts are, I wish we had had more, right? They feel their time with you is very precious. No matter how much they get, they always want more. It feels like they value that. So whether it's, you guys have been separated and they have missed you dearly in that time, or just that you're going and you're doing your separate things, right? Life is calling. The real world is calling. The last time you guys saw each other, they're thinking about it now, and they're kind of like, I wish we'd had a little bit more time. I wish we could have spent more time. It feels like, again, something else was calling one or both of you away. So we have, there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. I feel like this is, I'm getting the word blunder, a stumbling block issue for the two of you. There could have been a conversation. We got a lot of blue here, so that's a lot of throat chakra energy. There could have been a conversation that has been had or is in the process of unfolding that is meant to clear things up, but kind of feels a little awkward in the interim. These two could very well be linked, where it's like the last time you guys talked or saw each other, you started a conversation and you didn't get to finish it, and they're kind of like, oh, I want to clarify some things. It's definitely this energy of I want to clear things up. So let's do some clarification with the tarot. So we come from the stars and we have a bond older than time. Let's see what we get here. There it is. Judgment. They heard the call. I knew that was going to come out. Ooh, okay. What do we have here? The Knight of Cups. You guys, shut up. Just shut your mouths. And the Page of Swords. Wow. Okay. This is super positive. 5 of Wands at the bottom. Okay. So this person, you might have a lot of like people around you. There could be outside influence, oppositional influence. This person doesn't give a single care. This person knows that they are meant to pursue something with you. This person knows there's something spiritual here. They know there's something special. They could feel like you have a purpose together. They could feel like there's a lot of obstacles. Oops, I was going to say obstacles in the way. This card got left at the bottom. There's that Queen of Pentacles that came out instead. So there could be a feminine earth energy in their life, a Virgo in particular, that does not want you guys to be together. There could be... it just also feels like with that Queen of Pentacles, they know that you're worth the effort, right? They have heard, they have gotten the calling from Spirit that this kind of partnership, relationship, this doesn't come around every day. This is neat stuff. This is cool beans. You guys, I actually crossed several phrases the other day and I was like, oh, sweet beans, let's do it. Like, cool. So I've been saying that one a lot. But like, this is special. This is meaningful. So they got it. They got the message. And that's why they're willing with that 5 of Wands to fight for this. It feels like with the Knight of Cups, they are determined to make you an offer. They are determined to keep moving towards you in a romantic context. They're determined to tell you more about how they feel. They're determined to keep making strides in your direction. And especially where the Page of Swords came out and they're looking at each other, this feels like in the way you guys communicate, right? With the Page of Swords, first of all, we have Pisces and we have Aquarius here. With the Page of Swords, it feels like, and the Knight of Cups kind of facing each other, it feels like they are determined to keep moving towards you in a loving capacity. And in doing so, be like really curious, open, and learning, especially in the way you guys talk. Like there's a huge emphasis here of like having clarifying conversations. They want to keep understanding you. They want to keep growing. For some of them, you've inspired them to want to learn about spiritual connections, about spirituality. They might want to talk and get your thoughts on this because they're really interested. Like they love the idea of this. They love the idea of you guys having spiritual, like meaningful work together, and they want to know more. For some, this person might want to get more details, get more information about what you want out of love or what your experiences in love have been in order to help facilitate like a change in your love life. Like they don't want to be they don't want to be like your asshole ex is kind of the vibe a little bit. And I do see that here, but they want to keep conversation going. They want to keep having talks that bring you closer together. That's very, very clear here because this person understands with the Judgment card, that Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. People want you. At least that's their perception. People want you. People, it feels like in more ways than one. People want you. People want you guys to, some people want you guys to work. Some people want you guys to fail. Some people, their perception might be that people from your past don't want you with somebody else. It's like everybody else has, you know, is like watching this. That's how they feel. Everybody else has a vested interest in this, and they know what what they feel, excuse me, the universe is asking them to do when it comes to you. And with Unleash Your Passion being your overarching theme, it feels like right now they're gathering details to figure out how to come forward with some kind of offer. I do want to clarify this Knight of Cups because I'm nosy. The Nine of Swords in reverse, to put you at ease. It feels like this is something they're trying to get the courage to do. What is this card? Yeah, Four of Cups in reverse. I feel like they know that you don't say yes to anything. Like just anything or anyone. You're a big-hearted person. You have a lot to give. That Four of Cups was reversed, indicating you're acknowledging your feelings. But it feels like they want to be the one that wins your attention. Yeah, because the Queen of Wands is reversed at the bottom. They don't want to just like have you in a physical way. They don't want to just possess you. Sometimes, you know, the Queen of Wands is really sought after, but because she is really magnetic and charismatic and sexy, there's kind of this like external persona, and I'm not saying that's not true of her, but you know, if this person sees you as somebody complex. They don't want to just be another person who wants to temporarily get with you, who wants to possess you, who wants to win you. They want to actually get to know you, like truly know you at a deep level. They want to care for you. That's something that I feel very heavily here. They don't want you to think it's just about the physical, even though we have Unleash Your Passion. They want to make sure they balance that out with like, hey, I actually give a shit about you as a person. So I wish our time together had lasted longer. Let's see what we get here. The Nine of Wands reversed. I feel like the last time you guys saw each other, they felt really peaceful when they were with you. That was really beautiful. They feel like they can let their guard down with you. It's this one as well. Yeah, the Queen of Swords reversed. I feel like the last time you guys were together, you had a talk, and it felt like you were letting your guard down. There's a big energy between these two coming out reverse of letting your walls down, letting your guard down. We have Libra energy showing up now, but that you were letting your guard down. I forgot we had Scorpio here, and then with those two queens we saw before, Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Queen of Wands is Leo, so those might be significant. But this was something where it's like, I'm getting closer. We're getting closer to the, you know, the thing I want to say, the information I need. There's something like that. I feel like they were trying to kind of feel out the territory to get some type of answer. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, and the Five of Wands is there at the bottom. This person feels like they are up against the clock for some reason. When it comes to you, they feel like they only have so long to capture your attention. They feel like they only have so long to capture your attention. And they feel like, again, the last time they were with you, they may have really felt, like I said, at peace, like they could let their guard down. They may have felt like you were letting your guard down. Things were moving in your favor. It feels as well with that Wheel of Fortune that something kind of took you guys away from each other before you got time to talk about what they really wanted to talk about. It's like you guys were having a conversation. They were so close to getting the answer that they were hoping to get, like trying to get the information that they wanted, or you guys were so close to saying something. If this resonates, please put it in the comments because I'm really nosy. I want to know what this was. You guys are like, you know, when you can feel it palpably in the air and you're like, they're about to say it, right? They're about to ask me out. They're about to tell me how they feel. They're about to, you know, make it official, whatever it is. It feels like something got cut short. I gotta try to figure out what's going on. Yeah, look at that. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Something didn't get said. This represents Mercury and Sagittarius, which is an expansive mindset. There is something that they didn't get the chance to expand on. There's something that they didn't get the chance to fully communicate. Like something didn't move forward. because it feels like they're waiting for a specific piece of information. The Tower in reverse, they could be in the process of making some changes in their life, and they were going to start talking to you about that. For some, you know, this even could be a conversation about moving in, and it's like they didn't quite get to the point in the conversation they felt it would be a good time to say it. And so there's this recognition of, I wish we'd have more time to talk. I wish there had been more time to say this thing. And this is where I feel there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. Yeah, the Emperor reverse. Aries energy now showing up. The Ten of Swords reverse. Oh, this is a really sweet one, actually. No, it's not that one. Okay. It is this one, though. And the Eight of Swords. Okay. The Star is at the bottom. Aquarius energy. So this person, you know, there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. This is this person saying like, okay, you know what? I didn't quite say what I was trying to say. I didn't quite make it happen, but all right, I hope there's still time, right? With the Ten of Swords in reverse, it feels like they're being optimistic. They're not sure how it's going to come together, but there's like, I have optimism that there's time to connect. There's time to make this happen. This person feels, again, with that Queen of Swords reversed, Nine of Wands reversed, you guys are making progress. You're letting your guard down with them slowly but surely. It's kind of this, it's kind of this energy with the Eight of Swords of like, I don't know when and I don't know how it's happening, but I'm doing it. Like, they're opening up to me. They're getting closer to me. You may have done something recently that kind of like makes them feel like you trust them, like you depend on them. It feels like this person's being very gentle with you, something I'm getting. This person is moving with a lot of caution, especially if you've been through a lot. They know that. The Ten of Swords is here. You know, the Queen of Swords doesn't get to that position through easy stuff. So it feels like they're moving very slowly with you. It also feels like this person feels like this relationship is an opportunity to kind of like cede control with the Emperor and let the universe do its magic and kind of like escape really difficult cycles from past relationships. This relationship is an opportunity to kind of rewrite relationship history. And there's a sense with the Eight of Swords of like, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this works. I've never had a relationship like this, but I think this is what I've been asking for. This person's very aware of that. You know, again, the Star, this is a wish come true. This is alignment. This is a healing. So I don't know why for you guys, I want to kind of pull what this person's like next intention is. I feel like they want to keep talking. Yeah, Ace of Swords. They want to keep having this conversation. There's something they'd like to share with you. The Hermit in reverse. They've had a lot of time to think about it. Virgo energy showing up. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. For many of you guys, they want a relationship. They want to take things further. They want to make it real. The Eight of Pentacles, they're ready to do the work. For some, they're having a change with work, and it could involve you. So again, there might be a move coming in. But this is, you know, their next intended move. Sorry, now I'm jostling all the cards. Their next intended move here is that they would like to finish your conversation. They'd like to share something they've been thinking a lot about, and it feels very likely to be about wanting to establish more of a partnership. I feel like they've been doing the single thing for a minute, and they've had their fill. They've enjoyed that, but they have finally found somebody that they would like to start something very beautiful with. So don't be surprised if this person communicates this to you within the next month, and then at the most 9 weeks. So anywhere from the next like 4 to 9 weeks. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope that's been helpful. I want to thank you so much for being here. If you're looking to book a personal with me, you can do so through my website, which is linked down below. And I will see you guys soon. Take care, friends. Bye. Hi, group 3. So you guys chose the Plum Blossom Tourmaline. I don't know why I'm picking up this Queen of Pentacles energy. So some of you guys, you've been really like taking some time to focus on your self-care. That may have drawn this person towards you. I feel for a lot of you guys, this is somebody where things have been stable, but they've you guys have been doing your own things a little bit lately, or you've been in this single mode and you could have recently met somebody. For a very small number of you, this is like future kind of energy. This is somebody you're about to attract in, and this speaks more to some dynamic going on in the future relationship that you will share. But for a lot of you guys, you've been on your self-care game, you've been taking care of yourself, you've been in your bag. And I feel that very much so. You're in this very beautiful, grounded, self-loving, self-supportive energy right now. And I feel that that plays a critical role in this connection. So let's look at your major overarching theme, and then we'll pull messages and clarify with the tarot. We have card 1 with engaged trust. Beautiful. Butterflies might be particularly significant. There's a lot of green, a lot of purple here. So this is a lot of, heart and third eye crown kind of energy coming through. I feel like a lot of you guys, we have the card 1, so there's a new beginning when it comes to love, but it feels like there's just new beginnings in your life. Again, we have the heart chakra and the third eye crown energy coming through. So this is a new emotional beginning, a new spiritual beginning. Working with the color purple is going to be really significant for you at this time, especially over the next 3 months from whenever you're finding this. And it feels like this person that you're asking about, or that's coming into your life, is a part of this. So there's a new beginning, and I feel like a lot of you guys are working on trusting spirit more, working on trusting the timing. Again, that Queen of Pentacles is not in a rush. She's very abundant. She believes inherently, she has a lot of faith that her efforts will be rewarded. She takes slow, steady action on a regular basis and trusts that the universe is going to support her the way she supports herself and others. And so it feels like you guys are in that energy, and that's what's sort of at the basis of the messages when it comes to this connection that are about to come out. So let me grab the message deck and we'll figure out what this person on your mind would want to say. Ooh, okay. All right, I'll take both. I'll actually give you guys an extra card because they came out together. So, you activated every part of me, mind, body, and spirit. There's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. So these two came out together. I'm going to honor that. Let's see. I don't know why I'm having trouble shuffling for you guys. Yeah. I think about that extra special day we had together as much as you do. It's interesting because this card came out in group 2. This card came out in group 1. So you might find yourself having been drawn to either of the other piles as well. Oh, it's totally this one. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Okay. Yeah. You brought joy and healing into my life. Your warmth permeates my energy. At the bottom, when I think about the essence of this lifetime, the love between our souls is the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. All right, so before we even pull tarot, let's talk. This feels like some of you guys, whoever you're asking about, this is somebody else. But the person coming through, right, the strongest person in your energy right now, excuse me, feels like somebody you've already dealt with. I know, don't we love that? Because you have a lot here about new beginnings, right? Some of you are just trusting in spirit that by letting go of this relationship, a newer, better connection, one that's more suited to you, is going to come in, that faith will be rewarded. I'm so sorry, my allergies and my asthma. But there's a very strong message, right? Between you activated every part of me, mind, body, and spirit, and you brought joy and healing into my life. There's a very clear message here that you have activated this person that's in your energy. You may have acted in the capacity of a spiritual healer. It feels like you have brought a lot of change into their life, for sure. I'm so sorry. When I made the deck, this card is kind of the energy that I had in mind when I made this card was, if somebody were to do a life review at the end of the day, or when they hang up their hat after this life, the relationship you share is kind of like one of the major points they'd think about, they'd reflect on, they'd review. If they were going to go watch the scenes of their life, they're like, oh yeah, let me go back and rewind that one a minute. Or, oh, I love this part. This was one of my favorite parts. Because at the top of the deck, yeah, you'll always be a big part of why I'm pursuing my dreams. What a beautiful way to touch someone's life. Thank you. So this is somebody you made a big impact on. And the thing about activating people or healing people is that it can be a pretty divisive situation. People either get really attached and they love you, or, excuse me, Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Or they get freaked out and they get triggered and it makes them run away. It makes them blame you. It causes a lot of stuff to come up for them. And sometimes it's both. And it feels like you're dealing with somebody who may have had a really intense reaction to the energy that you bring. Like I said, for a lot of you, you're moving on from this person. They might feel that. That's why they're coming through in the messages today. They want you to know this stuff. Which I know it's really frustrating when you're like asking about one person and you keep getting messages for another, or you're asking about a new person, you're opening yourself up and you're like, I don't want to hear from this other person anymore. I feel you. You're not alone, friend. But this is who's coming through. This is somebody that you've already dealt with. And some of you know that, right? You're still like curious, you're still wondering. Oh, there we go. That was the one. Okay, thanks for standing by. So, this person's like acknowledging that you really changed them, you've activated them. It feels like the way this is coming across in combination with this, feels like this person was on the wrong path and you kind of, I don't want to say you saved them because, nobody saves us, we save ourselves. But like, this is like a judgment card kind of moment, right? You really redirected them at a very pivotal time. You reminded them of their truth. You reminded them of what's important to them. It feels like they may have really gotten a lot of like lost in the influence of others, lost in this kind of like rat race energy. Let me just take a sip of my tea. I'm sorry. Oh, that's the good stuff. And you came along and you reminded them about what's important. This might be somebody you connected to even a while ago. I'm seeing you could have been out of connection with this person for 6 months. You could have been with this person even 6 years ago. I'm also seeing the number 8. 826 might be important. August 26th, February 28th could be significant. June 26th, June 28th is another thing I'm getting. But this is very clear in what they'd want to communicate to you first and foremost. So let's dive in with the tarot and get further details. Sorry about the lighting changing, but that's the sun. That's what it do. So you activated every part of me, mind, body, spirit, and there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. Let's see what we get. Yeah, exactly. The world. Excuse my burp. The Two of Pentacles. I see. And I'm not going to fuss with it. I don't have to do that. And Judgment. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So big energy here. And the Five of Wands is at the bottom. This person may have been getting in with people who, this can be outside influence, power struggle, kind of like had a lot of like chaotic crap in their energy. There's a card sticking out that got my attention. The Six of Swords reverse. This is like they did not have a peaceful life. Sorry about my dog barking, by the way. She's highly opinionated. They did not have a peaceful life. For some of them, there was a lot of like inner child healing that needed to happen, and they were kind of like getting into things that were not good for them as a way of coping. That's very clear. And this is why I get this energy of like, again, I don't want to say, you saved someone, but I feel like you met them at a pivotal moment here where there's a delivery driver. That's what she's mad about. Sorry. You met them at a pivotal moment here with Judgment, where they could have taken one of two paths. And it felt like they were waffling between these two for a long time. They were trying to juggle some aspect of themselves. It feels like their higher self with what they were doing, their spiritual life with their material life. However that may resonate, they were trying to kind of walk two paths in their life. And it was actually pretty self-destructive for them, is something that I feel. Excuse me. They knew that something had to end. They knew that they knew at some deep level that they had to like end something in order to get back on track, to get closer to the person they wanted to be. They were spinning their wheels or something like that. So these could be negative influences in their life. They're like, yeah, I know I got to get rid of that person. I know I got to give that habit up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like the devil comes out at some point because it's very similar energy. But they knew it was time to make some big changes. And so you activated them in like a really significant way and kind of reminded them why it's important to kind of like take it seriously, to get going. There's no time like the present. It feels like this person was putting things off and procrastinating a lot and kind of like using that as a trap to fall into these unhealthy habits. And so something about your presence in their life really activated them in a major way. This person could have had big trust issues too, is something I'm getting. but you activated them in a really major way. And again, this is big energy. So if you kind of like made this person think about these things, or if your presence in their life activated these huge things, that might be something they did not react well to, because that's big energy. That's tough, right? And so there's this recognition that knowing you, connecting with you in the way that you have, or you used to, has put them on a new path and reminded them that they need to make changes. It's important. I'm hearing the word imperative. So something about what they were doing was not sustainable. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. It was not sustainable, not healthy. And especially, you know, again, with the energy that we started the reading with, if you're showing up in this like Queen of Pentacles, very like self-loving, self-care queen, that could have been like kind of a shining example to them. This could have been you take really good care of yourself physically. Your health is very important to you. You're very detail-oriented. You know, you leave no stone unturned. You take care of the things you need to in your life. And that may have been an inspiration to them, or pointed out to them where they are struggling to do that for themselves or failing to do so. So then we have, I think about that extra special day together as much as you do. So there's a particular day, a particular memory that you guys have. I'm not going to take all these, but 4 of Cups reversed, 9 of Swords reversed, and 6 of Pentacles. This could have been a situation where they were opening up to you and they felt like that was rewarded. You may have done something for them as like a show of reciprocity, and it was like the perfect thing. Like it just really touched their heart. 7 of Swords reversed. Interesting. King of Pentacles reversed. Very interesting. And the 7 of Wands reversed with the Page of Pentacles. I feel like they opened up to you about ways that they're struggling. Again, if you are coming through in the beginning with that almost Queen of Pentacles-esque energy, we have 2 sevens. That might be significant. But if they were opening up to you and like opening up about an issue where they lacked stability, opening up about a situation in their life where they, again, I'm so sorry about my dog, a situation in their life where they were not as secure as they wanted to be. Maybe this feels like them exposing like their little underbelly kind of a thing. They may have kind of been concerned that they were not going to match you, that they were not good enough to be with you, but it feels like they opened up to you and they weren't fighting it, right? They were kind of like surrendering to, it also could have been where they were surrendering to receiving help. This person might really struggle with that a lot. And you may have just offered help. We saw that with that 6 of Pentacles. There may have been just a really beautiful exchange where they like, because there's the 4 of Cups reversed, the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles, or the 9 of Swords reversed. It feels like they overcame their fear and they kind of like opened up emotionally about their needs, or where they're at. And you met them with a lot of grace, a lot of generosity. You guys had a really meaningful moment. You came over and you helped them with something. You may have nurtured them or cared for them in that moment, and that was a really meaningful moment. I don't feel like they told you at the time how important that was, but they opened up and they trusted you in a way that they don't trust like many people. And that meant a lot to them. That meant a ton to them, actually. Yeah, the Knight of Cups, that was a moment they fell in love with you. For sure. You could have, some of you brought them something when they were sick. Some of you went and you did an errand for them. They're like, I don't know how I'm gonna, I gotta do this and that, and I don't know how I'm gonna, I don't know, go walk my dog. I don't know how I'm gonna go feed my cat. I don't know. And you're like, oh, I got it. I'll go take care of it. That meant everything. That was the moment they fell in love. Yeah, Hermit reversed. That was the moment where they kind of started feeling like they didn't have to do all of it alone. Very strong Virgo. We also have Pisces and Taurus. Because I think this person feels like they're dualistic and that they're surrounded by people, but they feel alone quite a lot. And that was a moment where it was the reverse. It was just the 2 of you, but they actually felt seen and heard in that moment. Yeah. So you brought joy and healing into my life. Your warmth permeates my energy. Yeah, there it is. There's the healing. Temperance. I feel like this person's had a lot of time to think about these things because the tarot keeps coming out and like being very much in alignment with the messages and what's being channeled. This feels like this is a lot of clarity of thought. This person's had a long time to think about it. So while they might not use these words, I do think you'd hear similar descriptions, right? This person credits you, I feel. Maybe not a whole lot to others, but if asked about it, they credit you with having a really significant role in their life and putting them like on a better path. But we have Temperance. I think I just said the Sagittarius energy. The Knight of Wands, double Sag. And the Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, what's at the top? Yeah, that Ten of Swords reversed. And there's that Five of Wands continuously at the bottom with the Queen of Pentacles beneath it. I feel like you're above drama, first of all. That's really nice for this person. They really like that. You're just very peaceful, very mellow. Excuse my burp. So with your, you brought joy and healing into my life. Your warmth permeates my energy. I love that it's your warmth and we have all fire. This person feels like you're very warm, you're very caring, you're very loving. You're very healing, you're very patient. You're very patient with them. That has been quite healing. Sometimes they could be a little bit inconsistent, a little bit in and out, especially with that King of Pentacles reverse. Feels like you're patient with their process. But more importantly, I feel like your presence in their life has lent some healing and has kind of helped take some burdens off their shoulders so they can get motivated again. It feels like they have been very passionate about you, at least in the past. But something about the way that you have brought this energy into their life, this healing energy into their life, has allowed them, and especially with that Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, has allowed them to let go of some burdens. This feels like people outside influence, chaotic influence, they've let go of that, and it's allowed them to find a lot more peace. And again, have the energy to pursue things they really truly enjoy or that are very meaningful to them. The Knight of Wands to me is a spiritual seeker, so you may have encouraged this person to start seeking more spiritually. This card was getting my attention. Eight of Swords, because it felt like they were missing something, but they didn't know what. And so I feel like the way you do things, the way you live your life, has actually kind of inspired this person to start doing things differently. Again, if you're showing up as that Queen of Pentacles upright, they showed up as the King of Pentacles reverse. They feel like they could learn a thing or two from you. They feel like you're a very stable person. They feel like you're very calm, you're very peaceful, you're very sanguine, you might be very protective of your space. Like you don't let this kind of crap into your life. And they feel like you don't let weeds in the garden, basically. And I feel like they have been kind of paying attention to that. They've been watching how you do things, and they've been slowly but surely adopting that. It feels like one by one, taking some of that, weed in the garden, so to speak. Forgive the analogy. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. This person feels like they were fated to meet you. A lot of Sagittarius energy now showing up. This person feels like it was fate that they met you. It was very, very important. They feel like you were a blessing to them. They were fortunate to find you. They were fortunate to connect to you. They were fortunate that I'm hearing like they were fortunate you loved them or you cared about them. That's something they feel lucky for a lot. Queen of Swords is reversed at the bottom and the Hierophant is at the top. You may have had to things may have got a little ugly with this person, or you may have had to really put down some kind of harsh boundaries with this person. They understand. I feel like ultimately they do respect that. They still feel like you were meant to meet each other, even if things have gone in a sour direction. This person thinks very highly of you. This person also recognizes they may have kind of put you in this energy of having to be guarded with them or having to outright cut them off in again, a harsh, blunt, or abrupt way. Yeah, the Emperor reversed when I cut the deck because they were, and then the Five of Wands is beneath that. It feels like they were unwilling for a really long time or unable to cut these other influences out of their life. And it's kind of like you had to be like, well, don't come back as long as this is a thing. Or if this is that important to you, good, have it. You can go. It's kind of the energy. You may leave. But they understand that. They understand why you made the choices that you made. Again, I feel like they stand by that, in the sense that they support you making the choices you need to make for yourself. They understand they didn't put you it wasn't easy, basically. And so I do feel like they're kind of coming through in this reading to sort of talk about the ways in which you have, your effort and how you showed up for them. It did make a difference, and that doesn't make it okay that somebody hurt you, but it's not like they hurt you and they're like la-di-da and skipped off into the sunset and kept doing it over and over again to other people, they have kind of like grown significantly as a result. I feel like you met them in a not so great moment of their life, and their higher self is kind of coming through to sort of want to demonstrate like, I'm not, I haven't always been like this. I'm not like this anymore. For some of you, you will hear from this person. I guess I kind of want to know what's going to happen next with them. Just like a little sneak peek. So there's a healing that's taking place. You will hear from this person for some of you. Two of Wands. They're reassessing some plan. 10 of Cups reverse. Some of them thought they didn't want, you know, a family, marriage, long-term relationship. They are reassessing that as they heal. 6 of Pentacles. This person's trying to think about how they can make something up to you at the very least. They might realize like, okay, maybe we can't have this relationship that I promised before, we were talking about before. Maybe that can't happen, but I do want to fix the situation. So they are thinking about how to, at the very least, create equilibrium, balance, to give back to you in a way that you've given to them. Even if it's not the way that they kind of initially promised or had hoped for. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys today. I hope this has been helpful. I want to thank you so much for being here. If you're looking to book a personal with me, you can do so through my website, linked down below. But I'm wishing you guys lots of good things, big, beautiful blessings. I hope your week is full of some magic, and I will see you soon. Take care, friends. Bye.